doing yoga, doesn't yoga put a lot of stress on the body? Someone asked me the other day. I said, well, yes, stress is put on the body when we do yoga. Stress is what we apply to the tissues in the yoga practice, and its health benefits have been known for a long time. And for example, in 1892, there was a man named Julius Wolff who wrote a paper called The Law of Transformation of the Bones. Today we call his findings Wolff's Law. Wolff discovered that bones are transformed by the stresses that are placed on them. When the stress placed upon bone increases, so too does the health of the bone and the strength of the bone. It becomes thicker and stronger. Especially effective is cyclical loading and unloading, which inhibits bone absorption and increases bone formation. The process by which this happens includes two things: mechanical transduction and piezoelectricity. Mechanical transduction and piezoelectricity. And these occur at the cellular level, deep within the tissues of the bones. Mechanical transduction occurs when cells convert mechanical stress into biochemical and electrical signals. Piezoelectricity is the creation of a small electrical current when material is deformed. When we stress our bones, for example, these currents flow through our tissues and signal specific cells to become active or inactive. This effect also happens when we stress our cartilage, the teeth, tendons, blood vessels, muscles, and even our skin. Stress is very essential to health, and this is what we do in our yoga practice. We create stress in our tissues, bending, twisting, all kinds of movements. Technically, according to biomechanics, there are 5 kinds of stresses we can apply to the tissues of our body. Compression, like squeezing; tension, which is like stretching; shear, like one force on one side and one force on the other; torsion, which is like twisting; and bending. For our purposes, we can consider all of the physical stresses we apply to our bodies during a yoga practice to be tension, which is also called stretching, and compression. The back bends, for example. We compress the facets of the vertebrae into each other, which can be a very healthy thing for the bones. And in forward bends, we apply a stretching stress to the fascia, ligaments, and muscles along the back, the spine, and in twists, we provide a shearing stress between the vertebrae and the ribs, which both compresses and stretches the tissues between the ribs. The results of these stresses affect the body in many ways through creating communication signals via piezoelectricity and mechanical transduction, or through the physical twisting, elongating, and compression of tissues. Through these forces, our bodies become rejuvenated, feeling better, stronger, more flexible. It's kind of like the same way an old sponge can be resurrected by soaking it in warm water and twisting it, squeezing and stretching, and the old grungy particles trapped in the tissues of the sponge are released and carried away by the warm water. Similarly, our tissues are massaged by asana practice, releasing toxins and wastewater. Even old scar tissue can be broken down and removed. So, the bottom line is keep doing yoga.